Hey guys, this is Ben with Off-Road Recon, and today we want to show you the Rome Vagabond rooftop tent. And what we're going to do today is kind of a first impression and maybe like our first couple of times of use review. So we're going to open it up, show you how it opens up. We're going to show you kind of the build quality, the mattress quality, the platform quality, and then we also had the addition with the Annex. I'll put the pricing below and the link to Rome's website. And then also on top of that, we actually have two kids, if you know from our videos, and we actually set a couple of cots up in the Annex with heat. So we'll put our heater, our Annex, our bunk beds in the Annex, and then the bed up top. So come on in here and we'll show you how we uninstall the cover.
So something I do just want to quickly mention here, guys. This cover is made out of a very thick vinyl type material. It comes all the way off of the rooftop tent, so if you needed to cover firewood or something like that out at your camp, you're able to completely remove this. These clasps here do cinch down, so once you snap them in, you go around and loosely snap them all in, you have a pull down string to cinch this thing down. There also is some available space in between the rooftop tent and the cover, so if you wanted to pack something light in there, you can set it on the rooftop tent and cover it up with the cover. This is where we actually pack the bunk beds that we stow away and keep with us.
And then up on top here, this is where we keep the disco bunk, kid bunk beds. These are probably the only ones that'll fit. You get any bigger than this and they're not going to fit. We'll put the link for those beds in the comments below. We also keep a canvas tarp up here, and the reason why is because the Annex floor is made out of like a rubber, maybe a vinyl. Anyway, if the heat was to tip over, it would melt the floor, so we put a canvas tarp down. Okay, so once you get up top here, you've got your telescoping ladder. Your cargo net, which holds stuff whenever you're inside the tent. Jackets, bags, things like that. Boot bags come attached, boot bags. And you see it's kind of got this stamped aluminum bottom. The ladder is all aluminum, so let's go ahead and flip it out here. Okay, so now that you've got your cover off, you've got any storage that you keep on top of the tent, off the tent, you're gonna go around, you're gonna have these pull straps that are Velcro. And this is what they look like. And what you do is you simply pull that, and there's I believe 4 of these. And then what we do is we just open the rear doors and step in the back and step on the tire to kind of get up here and access this thing. Okay, so now all Velcro straps are removed. This is your the top to your Annex here. Pull that out. So what you'll do now is you simply grab the ladder, extend it fully out, and then you pull down and you use the resistance of the ladder to pick the weight of the tent up. And once you get to this point, kind of pull the bottom out here. Just like that. Then use your ladder adjustments to get your ladder or your rooftop tent where it's level. You've got your poles here, and each of these tent poles has got a cutout. Each of these poles has got a hole here drilled into the aluminum. So what you're going to want to do is you'll put your pole in there, your little, and then you bend it up and put it into the eyelet, and this is what holds your rain flies for your windows and your doors open. And I tried putting it in the eyelets first and then bending it around, but it's a lot harder to try to bend it and put it into the aluminum down here than it is to put it into the eyelet on the tent. Now, you don't have to open these. So what we've actually done the last couple of times we've camped in this is we don't even open the driver or the side that's on the Jeep. Mostly just because if you want the pretty view, it's gonna be on the other side anyway. You don't have to ever open them if you don't want. You can just fold the tent out, leave them closed, and it's less, less setup and tear down. But basically what you've got here is you've got two of these little inlets there. It's like a male connector. There's one over here. You pull those out, and this just works like a traditional tent here. Basically, you put this right in there. Like that. And what I actually do in here to make sure it's even every time is I actually line the bar up just under the seam all the way across, and then it sits in these inlets here. This is all the ripstop fabric. It's really high quality, really thick. We've slept in this a couple of nights now, and one of the nights we had a really heavy dew, one of them we had snow and rain, and we didn't have any leaks anywhere. Rome claims to put quiet zippers on here. I'm not really sure what that means. They're not overly loud. The only thing I can think of is that the zipper track is smaller and a finer zipper track, but I mean, as you can hear, it's pretty common zipper sound. As we unzip the ripstop material and the screen, and we just simply roll them both up because we'll have the Annex on here with the kids below, so we pretty much just leave the door to the tent open all the time. Okay, now once you're up in here, as you can see, they've put these elastic bands that pull on the edges of the tent, and those just simply unhook when you want to use the tent like this. And what those are for is whenever you could have collapsed the tent, it pulls all the edges in tight so it folds up nicely. Okay, so obviously you've got two skylights in here, and you can open the screen and the skylight. So that's kind of what your skylight looks like, and you can see outside it's covered with a plastic material, clear plastic. You've got windows on both sides, and then you've got doors on both sides. Also included is a couple of vents up here. Also, it comes with pockets on all four corners. Put your cell phone, things like that. Same ripstop material and screen. Something I did really want to touch on, because I know this is going to be important for a lot of people. This mattress in this thing is absolutely amazing. It doesn't look like much, but it's a heavy density foam, I suppose. And what is it, 3 inches thick? And that thing, I slept on it all night, and I weigh about 250 pounds, and my hip never sunk into the ground, so I slept good on it. Also, something about Rome, it automatically comes with a high quality mattress. It automatically comes with the boot bags, like I talked about earlier. And it automatically comes with an anti-condensation mat for your floor. It goes under your mattress. So I am 6'5", guys, and I'm lying flat. And as you can see, this is about the amount of room that I have. Now that you've kind of seen the tent, you've seen the inside, you've kind of seen the construction and the material on the outside, let's go over the Annex. So, matter of fact, the Annex will fit no problem if you don't have all these other things. But if you're like us and you have kids that you want to put on bunk beds in there, we're going to tell you if you can fit the bunk beds and the Annex in the rooftop tent. So opening up the Annex here, you can see you've got this heavy duty rubber composite or whatever this is, kind of like a vinyl with a rubber coating. And that's what we want to cover up with our canvas tarp with our heater on it. And then the way you know the back of the Annex is you've got this slide-in loop right here. So as you can see, this rope, it's like a rope-like texture. This will slide into this back track here. And you start right here at the end. You slide it in that track all the way down. That's what holds the back side of the Annex up. We'll show you how to do that here. Right here, slide it into your track. And what you want to do is you want to kind of push as you pull, and that'll keep you from tearing a little hole in your Annex because it's metal there on the edge. Okay, once you get it to that point, what we have been doing is we actually fold our ladder up. And then you've got your strap here that'll hold it. Just like so. Now, simply pull your Annex out until it's even. You kind of want to get the floor even. Now, something I will point out, guys, if your Jeep is lifted or you have a higher sitting rack or anything like that, Rome makes an extension for this Annex and it'll drop you down 12 inches. See, we are just barely a little short. We're about 2 inches short. But I'm not going to put a 12-inch extension on here for 2 inches. So we're just going to kind of make it work. And what happens is our rubber floor comes up. And we probably lose a little bit of floor space, but it works for us. So, and the next step is you have these zippers here. And this is probably their standard zipper, so not their quiet zipper. This is the inner part. It goes into your zipper. And then your Annex just zips on all the way around. Remember to do this step after the Annex if you're going to have an Annex. And again, I always pull the tension up so that way you're not hard on your zippers or anything. Okay, now you're zipped all the way around. You do have a full window on both sides. So here's something that I will point out. The Annex material is not nearly of that of the tent. Yeah. It's definitely not a ripstop material, I don't think. You can see here we've used this thing twice and we've got a rip in it already. And we didn't do anything with this thing other than pack it up into the Annex bag and put it in the back of the Jeep. So I'm not sure if that was just from sitting on the ground or what. But we also came in here on the inside and there's a slight rip in it on the back here too. So the tent's ripstop's great. I'm not sure if I'm sold on the durability of the Annex. So stay tuned here and we'll continue setting it up.
So here is a specs page from the website. Notice that the ripstop material used on the Rainfly in Annex is different than that of the fabric that they used for the tent.
Okay, so once you've got the Annex set up, we put our canvas tarp in here for some durability of the floor and to put the heater on. And then the heater sits right over here in this side here, and we've got a 12-foot hose that runs to our 5-pound bottle on the attached to our rig. Having to set these bunk beds up right now, we're just going to kind of show you where they go, and I'll see if I can copy a picture in. And actually, if you want, you can check out our latest episode. I'll put it right up here somewhere, and you can click on that and you can actually see the Annex, the tent, and the bunk beds in working form. So the bunk bed goes here, and then obviously since it's a bunk bed, one stacks on top of it. The heater goes over in this corner, and that leaves this spot here for our ladder, which we'll fold down and show you.
Something I did want to mention, guys, is the build quality of this tent. It's just far superior to anything else that we've seen so far. We haven't tested out a whole lot, but the build quality, the stainless steel hardware, the ripstop material on the tent, the ladder that's included with it. This is a 7.5 foot collapsible ladder, and also like I said before, including the mattress and including the condensation mat. All these things are kind of premium add-ons. The boot bags, as I see them there in the video, these are all kind of premium add-ons that are included with the Vagabond setup. So if you go over to their website, there's an option to purchase it with or without the Annex. You can see the link below to check out the prices on that.
Put your shoes in here, maybe some tiny kids' shoes here. So it's good storage so that you, since it's such a small space. But we really fit really well in here. We had both of us, our little 5-year-old, and we had a 13-year-old and a 10-year-old both down here, and we all fit really well. And it was like 20 degrees, and we stayed warm all night with our heater, so it was perfect.
We had this little bag here, or this net, loaded with backpacks. So,
but it's easy because you can be up here and you can reach it and pull it in there and get dressed, or you can be down here and grab it. So.
And the boot bags are pretty nice. If you have a huge boot, they may not fit, but I wear a size 12 and it fit all right.
Your feet are pretty big, so.
Yeah.
I don't know, this net's gonna fall on you if I go up.
Okay.
This is my favorite part up here, so you can see out. Even when
the stargazing skylights.
Yeah, and it's got the plastic, so if it's cold, you can still do it. You can still use it.
Yeah, we're in the middle of the day right now, guys, with the sun fully out, and it's pretty dark back here.
Yeah, it is.
So when you open these skylights up, it really lets the light in, and it holds the sun out pretty good if you're wanting to sleep in a little later. So I think we slept until like 8:30 or 9 o'clock this last time. So something I'll add, guys, you've got these little pole spots here for rope, and you want to stake this whole thing down when you camp in it, if there's going to be high wind or anything like that, and also just to help the durability of the tent. So above all, guys, we love it. Maybe a con is they could make this out of the same material they made the tent out of, the ripstop. Maybe the reason they didn't is because this is better waterproofing. I don't know. Maybe it was a budget thing. They're trying to keep budget low on the Annex. But this is the part that gets folded up. It's on the ground. You move it around the most. And we've got a couple of small puncture holes in it already, and we've only used it twice. So if you get a hole in this thing every time you use it, you're not going to stay dry. So ripstop on this, I would love to see. Other than that, the tent is absolutely awesome. Rome, you've done an amazing job with it. Thank you for the support and helping us and sending this tent to us. We are planning on using it on many adventures to come. We will, however, probably be putting it on a different rig. Stay tuned for that. That's coming soon. If there's a question here that you had or something that I maybe left out, drop it in the comment below. Please let me know. Check out some of our other videos for more camping gear. We have pretty awesome refrigerators from Asronovic that send us refrigerators that you can check out, and you can look at those links right up here somewhere and click on one of those and you can see theirs. Also, we're going to be doing a drawing and a giveaway for one of the refrigerators. Stay tuned for that. So again, thank you for tuning into our channel. Please drop a like on this video. Please click the subscribe button. And until next time, stay safe on the trail, and we'll see you out there. All right, so we're in rooftop tent here and getting ready to go to bed, aren't we, Clara?
Yeah. I mean,
And the kids right here on their bunk beds.